Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn how to create a Spring Boot application. So there are many ways to create a Spring Boot application. You can create a Spring Boot application using CLI. You can use IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate. If you have that, you can create it from IDEA itself. But let's say you are using community version or any Eclipse IDE. Okay, and you need a easy way to create a Spring Boot application. So how can you do that? So we have a easy way. So let me show you how you can create a Spring Boot application in a simple way. So let's go to the browser first, and in the browser search box type Spring IO, and hit the enter button. Now you can see over here initializer option. Please click on it. So this is the page where you can create a Spring Boot application. So over here you can see bunch of options. Let's go through this option one by one. So the first one is the project. So you want to create a Gradle project or a Maven project. So in this case, I want to create a Maven project. So the Maven is already selected, so I will keep it as it is. Then we have a language section. In the language section, you can see multiple languages: Java, Kotlin, Groovy. So I will use Java for my project. So the Java is by default selected. I will keep it as it is. The next section is Spring Boot versions. So you can see over here multiple versions. So most of them are the snapshot versions. But when you are creating an application, you should not use a snapshot version, because snapshot versions are the under development version. You should not use it for your production application. So you should choose a release version for it. Correct? So you can see over here, I can see two release version, which is 3.4.4 and 3.3.10. So 3.4.4 is the latest one. I will keep it as it is. Okay. So if you have question how I have find this is the release version. So whenever we have a release version, you won't see any snapshot or M2 or M3 suffixes. So it means it is a proper release version. It is not a under development version. So that's how you can figure it out. So let's choose this latest one, 3.4.4. Then we have a project metadata section. So the first field is group. Group, you can think of package. Usually the company or developer give their domain name for the group. So over here I will use, for example, Patel Uday 07. Correct? You can give your name over here. I have given my email address prefix, so that is also fine. Then we have artifact. So you can think artifact as your project name. So give the appropriate artifact name over here. So I will give a name, for example, demo Spring Boot app for YouTube. I'm recording this video for YouTube, so that's why I have given this name. So I will get to know that yes, this project is for YouTube recording. Okay, and this is the name. If you would like to keep it as it is, then you can. I will keep it as it is. Then over here in the description section, you can give some description. Why you are creating project, what is the purpose of this project. So I will type over here Spring Boot demo app for YouTube. Okay, so this is sufficient. Now we already have this package name populated. I will keep it as it is. Then we have a packaging section. So over here we can see we have jar option and war option. So what is this? So when you build your project, for example, when you say or when you execute the command mvn package or mvn install, so what kind of packaging should create? So if you select jar, then it will create a jar packaging. If you select war, then it will create a war packaging. So using this jar and war, you can deploy your application. Okay, so I will use jar. Then you can see over here we have bunch of Java versions. We have 17, 21 and 24. I have 21 installed, so I will keep 21 as it is. If you have 17, you can choose 17, and if you have 24, then you can select 24. Then you just need to, then you can see we have filled up all the details, and these details are sufficient to create a Spring Boot application. So now let's generate a project. So just click on it, generate. So you can see one file is being downloaded over here. Okay, the download is completed. Let's go to that folder. You can see. So this is a zip file. If you see, let me unzip over here, or you can unzip as per your required location. I will unzip it over here. Extract here. You can see the folder is extracted. So this is your Spring Boot application. Now let's open this Spring Boot application in your IDE and let's run it. So I'm using IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. You can open your, you can use any IDE, but I prefer IntelliJ IDEA. Now go to your file and then open. Now over here you can look for the download folder. Okay, so let me find the downloads. Okay, here is my folder. I can see, I don't see any, I don't see the Spring Boot project over here. So let me refresh. Yes, now I can see. So whenever you are, one thing you can observe over here. So whenever you open a Spring Boot project, you should not select this folder. Usually what developers or students do, they select this folder and click OK. So this is not the right way to, open a Spring Boot project or any Maven or Gradle project. The right way to open a Spring Boot project or any Maven or Gradle project is, so if you have created this Spring Boot application using Maven, then you should select pom.xml. If you have created this project using Gradle build tool, then you should select your build.gradle file. So in our case, we are using Maven as a build tool. So inside this project, I can see the pom.xml file, and I will select this file and click OK. So then I will choose this option open as project. I will trust this project, and I will open this project in this window only. Okay. So what will happen when you open your project using pom.xml? So the IDE read the pom.xml and it loads all the required dependency which are mentioned inside the pom.xml. And you don't need to manually configure this project in the IDE. The IDE will do that for us automatically when you open the project in this particular way. So you don't need to do anything. IDE will take care of it. Okay. So let me. Okay, it is I think asking for some permission. Say yes. No need to worry. Then I expand this src main Java. You can see this is our class. The main class. You can see this is a Spring Boot project or Spring Boot application. So you can see over here this annotation address Spring Boot, and you can see inside the main method we have this execution Spring application dot run, and we are passing this arguments. So this is a from if you see this annotation, it means it is a Spring Boot application. Now let's run it and check. So you can see the play button over here. I have clicked on it, and now it is starting up. Okay, the project was started and it was ended. You can see the project was started successfully and it has nothing to do. So the process exited. Okay, so our Spring Boot application is successfully started, and you can see the version 3.4.4, and these are the logs which came up while starting the Spring Boot application. So yeah, this is the way to create a Spring Boot application. This is a very simple way, and in my next video, uh, I am planning to convert this simple Spring Boot application to a web application. So we will see in the next video. Till then, bye. Thanks for watching.